Beauty Junkie. Welcome to my channel. Today we're getting into a whole bunch of Victoria Beckham beauty. She had a recent 20% off sale, so I picked up all kinds of stuff. We're going to get into all the details. I'm going to do a full face. I have her new cheek shades, 2 of them. I got some lip stuff, and I just wanted to explore the brand a lot more, the things I haven't tried yet, some eyeshadow, lip liner, all kinds of good stuff. So we're going to get into it. Just so you guys know, Victoria Beckham doesn't have a lot of sales. She is available at some other retailers, but on her site she actually had a sale, which I didn't know she had. But I guess it's the perfect time of year to have one. And so I partook. This is a very expensive luxury brand. I know a lot of older folks like this brand. It's really kind to the skin and is just really flattering. So I really appreciate it. I also am going to be using some of the Victoria Beckham products that are already in my collection, so not stuff that I picked up in this little haul, just so we can kind of do a full face. So let's get into it. Alright, so I'm going to start out showing you what I picked up first, and then we'll get into application. I picked up a new Augustinus Bader primer. This is the original one. It's the large value size, I would call it. This is the Cell Rejuvenating Priming Moisturizer, which is probably one of my favorite primers of all time. This is 50 mils, 1.7 ounces. So this is like a regular moisturizer size 50 mils, and I wanted to get it 20% off. Even though I'm not out of the 2 other smaller primers that I have, I just wanted to have this as a backup. So I'm actually going to use my smaller version today. I have the original and the golden. I would say the golden doesn't really make me tan like some people are saying that it does, but it gives a nice sheen. But honestly, I would prefer to use the original, especially in the winter. I don't mind the golden in the summertime. So I'm going to be using this. I picked up an eyeshadow, and this is so much smaller than I thought it would be. It looks very large. Not very large, but larger online. But this is like a super cool little travel size hefty compact. And I got the Silk Shimmery sort of brick. The other bricks are matte shades. There we go. You'll notice the mirror fell out, so wasn't too happy about that. Eventually I might glue it back in, but this is the mirror that popped out when I opened it. I don't know, sometimes this happens with a lot of brands. It's never fun, and luxury brands have had this happen. I don't know if this, maybe it's too cold, the glue dries out, I don't know. That fell out, but we're going to try this today. This is I'll show you swatches. I mean, this isn't like amazing colors, but I like the size of it. It's a really cute compact. As far as other eye stuff, I got another eyeliner. This is like my favorite pencil eyeliner, and I got the new sort of gray silvery shade. This is Sea Gray. Getting into cheeks, I got 2 of the cheeky Posh sticks, and I got the shades Major and Miniskirt, so I'll be showing you that. Lip stuff. So I don't have any Victoria Beckham lip stuff, so I got a lip liner. I got the shade 3. Bitten Lip Tint in the shade Bisou. I got the Posh lipstick in Jump, and that is it for my haul. As I said, I'm going to be incorporating stuff I already have into my application today. Alright, so let's get into the face first. I'm going to just show you what the priming moisturizer is like, the original one, and then because Victoria Beckham doesn't have a foundation, I'm going to kind of just do those steps separately off camera. But this is the primer. Now this has a really nice feel to it, pretty significant of a primer in that it is really skincare. Sorry, I'm a little bit red. So I think it's worth the investment, especially if you're doing your makeup quite a bit after your skincare. You want this kind of like adds back a little bit more moisture and smooth things out, and it's just a high quality primer. This is not a joke. It's not like just all about silicone and smoothing things out. It actually just, it's a moisturizer first and foremost. If you have a really nice moisturizer that you like as a primer, you probably don't need this. I mean, it's fairly expensive, but I think it's worth it. But, you know, you have to really appreciate the nuances of what it does for your skin. Okay, so moving on from the primer, you guys have heard about it, I'm sure, before. So I'm going to go off camera and put on some foundation. Today I'm going to use the Lisa Eldridge Seamless Skin Foundation in shade 2. I'm going to use my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Concealer. And I'll probably might mix in some Auric Glow Lust with this, just to see these two together. And then there's no highlighter from Victoria Beckham, so I might use the Lisa Eldridge Glow Lust liquid, just a little bit of glow. So I'll be back. Alright, and I'm back. So put on my complexion, my eyebrows. I did a light powdering over the cheeks, even though we're going to use some cream cheek products. But first, I want to show you the swatches of my haul before we get into all the application. Alright, so hopefully you found those swatches helpful. Let's get into the cheeks. So I got two shades, Miniskirt, which is more of the brick color, and then I got Major, which is this like warm pinkish shade. There was another color that a lot of people are getting. I wish, you know, I'm hoping that she's going to come out with more shades than what she has now, but, you know, not everything appealed to me. There was like a really peachy shade that I think a lot of people will like. But these are the ones I picked up. I'm going to try different ones on different cheeks. As I said, I did a light powdering, but we're going to try this out on top of a little bit of powder. You could not put powder on and see what this is like. I've heard this is kind of a dry formula, so we're just going to see what this is like. So this is Major, this is Miniskirt. So that's a little bit off. You guys can see different vibe happening there. Alright, so we're going to blend this in with a brush. I have my Sonia G Fusion brush, mini base, synthetic and natural hair. Just going to blend this in. It's been sitting on my face for a minute because I had to do an email. But that is pretty. I don't need a lot of product with this. What do you guys think of that color? Really pretty. This one's a little bit deeper. I'm using the same brush, obviously, so we're getting a little cross-contamination there, but that's a different vibe. More of a bricky kind of a color. This is definitely a warm pink, which I don't mind. Really? I wonder if anyone's gonna notice the difference that I have two different blushes on. But yeah, those are pretty. I just want to run them on the back of my hand just to see. It is definitely drier. It's not like when you have a drier cream stick, the blending I think probably works best with a brush rather than your fingers with something, you know, a little bit more emollient. Fingers probably work a little bit easier. With something like this, I think the brush is probably going to be their best bet. I think it's a matter if you like the shades or not. But yeah, not as easy to work with the hands. But I think we got a nice result with a brush. Alright, sorry for the background leaf blower noise, but my sun's going down. I had to take like a couple hour break. But let's get into this bronzer. So I have the #1 matte bronzing brick. I like to combine both colors and just warm up my face a bit. This blush is wearing nicely. It's only been a couple hours. You know, sometimes cream blushes disappear on me, but this one seems to be a little bit sturdier. Probably because it's a drier formula. It's just you have to use a brush to apply it. So I just want to warm up my skin a little bit. That's pretty much it for my complexion. I don't have any more products from Victoria Beckham. If I had a powder highlighter, I might put one on, but all I used was the Lisa Eldridge Elevated Glow Cosmic Rose before I set my face. Let's get into this little eyeshadow brick. So this is the Smoky Eye Brick in Silk. This is Linen, Sunbeam, Sandal, and Copper. These are really pretty. It's pretty small though. I mean, let's see how much product is in here. 8 grams, 0.28 ounces total. I don't know. I mean, it's only 4 colors, so does your eyeshadow palette need to be that huge? I think it's just a different way to look at things. If you were to put this in a quad, it probably would look a little bit more normal, but it's just a different design. I think for me though, when you have colors right next to each other, things get a little bit blurred, but we're gonna try it out. I wanted to get the shimmers just because I feel like it's a little bit more exciting, a little bit more friendly, user-friendly. Sometimes mattes, just a full-on shadow, like, you know, quad of mattes. Not that it's boring, but I probably wouldn't get as excited about it. You know what I mean? But this, it looks pretty enough. I wish she had other. She seemed to stop coming out with these after a while. Like, we haven't seen a new shade in a long time. She has one shimmer formula, the rest are mattes. I don't know what happened. I don't know if these are not popular, but I'm going to start with this copper shade on the end here. And go in the middle. I think copper is a color that a lot of people can wear. You'll see it in a lot of different neutral palettes. It is pretty, easy to apply, a very wearable color. I will say this is probably suited for light to medium. If you're dark, some of these shades, I don't know, may not show up as well. Going into this darker shade a little bit, let's see how this works as a crease. A little bit dark, a little bit smoky. I only just need the tiniest amount with that one. I'm just gonna place some colors before I blend, and then going into the gold, this one right here. Now I'm just thinking about like Victoria and how she wears her makeup. I don't know that I remember her doing like a lot of crazy eyeshadow looks, so I think this might be just her aesthetic is a little bit more of a simple neutral eye, smoky eye. I'm gonna start blending now. I haven't used the lightest shade yet though. Now, I did not use an eye primer in case you guys are curious. I just put it directly on my eye, and this is the result. Now let's do a little bit of this light color, which is kind of funny. It's like, well, why did you make this one so large? Couldn't you have put another color in here? I guess she really wants you to use this one. But maybe, I think this is too gold for me to use as a highlighter. Maybe she wanted you to use it on your face too, but not gonna work for me. It's a bit too gold for my liking. That is pretty. This is very like easy breezy makeup, but is it super different or exciting? Probably not. So I have one of her lid lusters in Tea Rose. This is the only one I have. It's a fairly expensive product. She's got a new shade out that I probably would have picked up if it was out when I placed my order. It's like a light gold. This is pretty. It's got a lot of glitter in it. I'm not going to put it on my eye today. But I think these kind of wow up this type of eyeshadow formula. It makes it a little bit more fancy. But I do want to just show you a little bit more up close this silver eyeliner. Not a color I normally use, but it's a lot actually more smoky, and then when you blend it out, it gets lighter. If you can see that there. I don't know that silver really goes with this eyeshadow brick, and I kind of knew that going into buying this, that this was going to be like a standout shade. So I'll have to use that in more of a cool tone look in a future video. But I do have another eyeliner that's going to work. I have bronze. And this one I think is going to be a lot more appropriate for this look. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on. A nice amount of definition, but it's not so deep that, you know, kind of droops the eye. So I like this color a lot. I think it's one of her best selling eyeliner shades, bronze. So super pretty. What cheek goes best with this look? I think they both work. I'm kind of leaning towards this one, which is major. On major side, and this is the miniskirt side. So I'm going to put on my Victoria Beckham Future Lash Mascara. So I've been using this for a couple months now, I think. And I like it. I just feel like I have trouble with the application on this a little bit. And I'm not sure if because the formula is drying out a bit or what. Or I just need to like constantly clean off the brush. That might be the issue. Let's try that. I just feel like I have trouble getting my lashes, getting in between my lashes. I don't know if it's because it's like really short bristles. So if you have too much product built up, it's just a little bit weird. That's how I'll describe it. Like I just, it's like I'm just skimming my lashes with product rather than getting in between the lashes with a brush. So it's like the equivalent of me going over, brushing my hair like this versus being able to go run my fingers through it. I can't run my fingers through it with my comb. So it's kind of interesting. I don't know if anyone has experienced that. Maybe you guys clean your brush every time you put on mascara. I do not. So I just have a harder time combing my lashes, so I end up just kind of skimming them. I mean, this looks fine. It's just more of like an application thing that it bothers me a little bit. But I love that it's a tubing mascara because it removes so easy. I'm all about that. Like, I can just honestly remove it in the shower with water if I don't have like a makeup remover around. Because of my application issues with it, and then I don't feel like I get some definition. I don't get a lot of length from this mascara. I probably would not get this one again. I want my high-end mascara to be really what I want and perfect, and this isn't quite it for me. But it does have some positives about it. So that's kind of my updated thoughts on the Future Lash mascara. Alright, so the remaining products I have to show you are lips. And because I have two different formulas, I'm going to have to put on one and then wipe it off. So I'm just going to start with the Bitten Lip Tint, and I have the shade Bisou. This is kind of I thought it was berry. I don't know, when I swatched it, it looked brown. Oh, it's berry. I guess I'm going crazy on the name. I thought I got the wrong one. I did not. So this is a sheer lip tint. 5.7 milliliters, 0.19 fluid ounces. I like the little applicator on here. It feels really light and comfortable, but there's a lot of lip tints out there that feel exactly like this. I mean, it's heavy duty luxury packaging. I love the packaging of this brand, although the mascara and Bitten Lip Tint look almost the same, so it's hard to pick it out of your bag. But this is a pretty shade. I like Bisou a lot. I think it's a really easygoing type of lip product that isn't a lip gloss. So if you've never tried lip tints, this might be an option, but I'll just let you know there's Asian K-beauty type lip products out there for a lot cheaper that do the same thing. So I just wanted to try it out. I probably won't get another one, but we'll see. I mean, lip tints do last longer than a lip gloss, so it's kind of an easygoing long wear type of deal. But I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. Alright, so I removed that lip tint with a makeup wipe, and it does stain, so my lips are not this dark, and when I did a swatch, my arm is stained. So just keep that in mind if you happen to get it on your clothes or something, or you know, you don't like a staining effect. That definitely has that. So the last two lip products that I picked up are a lip liner. I have the shade number 3, and I picked up the lipstick in Jump. So we're gonna do this combo. Number 3, I was a little bit scared about the color, but I think it's gonna work really well. So this liner is not the lightest. Obviously it's number 3. It goes from like 1 is the lightest, and then towards the end of the numbers it gets darker. So this is one of the middle shades, and I tried it with the lip tint and I got a nice ombre effect. I think what would be even better if I filled in my whole lips with it and then put on the tint, so you don't have that weird sort of fading to dark lip liner. But we're going to see how this works with Jump, which is kind of a cool toned pink. And this is very thin compared to all the other packaging, thinner than the Posh cheek sticks. It doesn't quite feel as substantial when it's so thin. So I kind of hear the lipstick moving around in here as I put it on, which makes me feel like, am I breaking it? I hope not. Okay. This is a different tone of pink. It's nice and cool tone, so I really like that. What is the word for this color? Mauve. It's getting toward pink mauve, like kind of purpley. You know what I mean? I think the lip liner works okay with it. I think it could be a tad bit more cool toned for this color, but I mean, we're making it work. I actually like it with the eyes. I'm digging the makeup that I got so far. What do you guys think of this final look? So final thoughts on what I picked up today in particular. Obviously I like the primer. We don't need to talk about that anymore. I recommend it, but only if it's in your budget. I mean, there's a lot of primers. If you already have some great skincare that you really love, do you need an extra primer? Not necessarily. I just like it because sometimes when I put on my makeup, it's a long time after I put on my skincare in the morning. So I just like that extra boost of hydration right before the makeup, and it's very skincare oriented, not so much makeup oriented, which I prefer, to be honest. Alright, so next, the cheeks. I could put on a little bit more right now. I think if you are really attracted to these shades, I didn't pick up all of them because not all of them are going to work for me, to be honest. I like to wear the makeup that I buy. Don't always get to. These honestly remind me of lipstick. You know what I mean? Because they're that dry, that pigmented, that, I mean, these could double for a lip product, I think. I think you can see the shade a little bit better now. That's a lot of blush, but you know what I mean. They're pretty. I think some people are gonna have a challenge blending them out, like I am right now. Especially like if you do like to put down powder first. I mean, maybe if I had a really kind of dewy base makeup on and then put it on, maybe it would blend a little bit better. I don't know. It's an interesting formula. I don't know that I'm 100% sold on it. I mean, I'll have to give you more developed thoughts as I use it more, but I think it could be more wet, more of a wet formula. And I think I would prefer that. But the staying power of this is probably better than most creams. Just kind of wearing it for a couple hours, it's not disappearing on me. Now I just put more on, but just with one swipe, I felt like, okay, this is probably gonna last. So it's not my favorite formula, but it's probably more of a long wearing formula, you know what I mean? But it's $42, so I feel like there's less expensive cream blushes out there that will do the job. So I'm not like hating it, but I'm not like, oh yeah, you should go out and get it. So for the eyeshadow, what do you guys think? I think it's a really stunning formula. Do I think it's worth the money? I think this is really nice compact. I don't love that the mirror fell out. You know, this looks like a mirror. It's not a mirror. I kind of think these shades, like, they look good, but they're nothing to run home about. I mean, they're not exciting. You guys, I mean, it's hard to get excited about neutrals and shimmers, but, you know, I think, I don't know, maybe we could have used a matte in here, maybe a pop of color, but they're just kind of all of the same tones, which makes for an easy look, right? This is an easy one and done look. Like, this is an easy look. I think if you like this formula, this is perfect for on the go. It's small, it's cute, it's a little bit weighty, comes with a mirror. It's pretty handy. I don't think this makes me want to buy another one though. It's alright. You know what I mean? It's alright. I'm also curious why she's not making anymore. Like, what's the deal? So I can't really recommend this. This silver color, I don't know how popular like these silver kinds of shades are. I can't imagine this is gonna be like a top seller, but if you just kind of do this along your lash line, it becomes a little bit more smoky and darker, and I think perhaps a little bit more wearable. But when you start spreading it out, it just becomes almost like a silver eyeshadow. So if you're into that, this is gonna be great. This is a nice formula. But, you know, it's a little bit light. She does have another shade, I believe, that's a little bit deeper than this. Or a lot deeper than this that isn't black. That might be kind of like a steel option that you might prefer. But this one was interesting to me, so I picked it up. For the lip stuff, the lipstick is very comfortable. I'm enjoying it. It's like a satin, so satins don't tend to wear a long time on me. For a lot of people, they don't wear long. It's a really comfortable, there's no fragrance. I like the tone of this. If I didn't like this color, I'd probably say, yeah, this is not worth it. If you find a shade that you feel like is really unique to you, pick it up. But is this the best lipstick or most unique? Not really. The lip tint, as I said before, I think you can get a similar color out there for a lot less money that does the same thing. I wasn't like expecting a lot from these sort of lip products. It's hard to really stand out as a lip product these days. The lip liner is a pretty shade. I'm happy with it. It's more on the drier side. It is a sharpener, kind of a pencil. If you don't like that, then it's not like the most comfortable to put on when they're drier, but they stay a little bit better, you know what I mean? So it kind of falls on the drier side of the lip liner categories, but it's a pretty shade. I'm liking my final look for sure. Am I kind of disappointed that I'm not absolutely loving everything? A little bit. You know, I think I really enjoy Victoria Beckham's line overall. I think she puts out really great, easy to use stuff. I think for me, out of this, everything I've tried, the bronzer, everything in the collection, my favorite things are going to be the primer. Still, the eyeliners. I really like bronze. If you like a deep brown, Cocoa's a good one. The original primer. These are like my top picks for the brand if you are wondering. You want to pick something up. I don't know if she's still continuing the 20% off sale or what she's doing for Black Friday, but keep an eye out for Victoria Beckham stuff if you guys are interested. I really love the tortoiseshell packaging. I like the consistency. Everything looks classy. Everything's weighty and heavy. I think she knocked the packaging out of the park. So she's really smart to partner with Augustina Spader. I do want to see more. I think the new thing we got this year was the Posh cream blush. But I haven't seen I've seen a lot of new shade releases, but I will want to see something totally new. I want to see some complexion stuff, some foundation, some concealer, something, powders, powder blushes, powder anything. And I would like to see a large eyeshadow palette with a mix of mattes and shimmer, something a little bit different. It can be bigger than this. That's what I want to see from this brand. Let me know your thoughts on Victoria Beckham. What do you guys think? What are you guys thinking about picking up? Please comment below. If you like this video, click the thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.